Hey there, Postal here. So today we're going to hop into the Lavochkin 15 Tier 10 Light Fighter as I'm waiting for VBAT to join me for Friday night flights. This might end up being Friday Night Alones. Yeah, I don't know. I'll come up with a better name. Anyway, let's take a look. Alright, so the Lavochkin 15, excellent all-around plane. Really glad I decided to go down this line. I think it's very comparable to the to the Spitfire line. Not the most maneuverable thing, but maneuverable enough as far as the line is concerned. I like how the guns are centralized on this entire grind, and then you end up with this plane, which, on paper it looks like a less maneuverable Yak-30 with a little bit more altitude performance. In game, though, it's a heck of a lot faster than a Yak-30. It has great climb rate, pretty darn good maneuverability, especially for this tier, good maneuverability, and it's just all around a well-rounded plane. Let's take a look at a pretty darn good game I had in it. Okay. So it's going to be a tier 10 battle, of course. Such a cool looking plane too. The Soviet planes all look very similar at tier 10, but there's definitely some differences as far as where their wings are located on the fuselage. The wings on this plane are located all the way at the top, and you've got that unique tail there. Well, unique for the Soviets. Alright, so on this map, if I'm in a light fighter, apparently I was feeling dancy, I'm going to send all my guys to the mining facility, and I'm going to head to the middle. And that way, if for some reason we don't get the mining facility, which we might not, it's, relying on bots, at least we'll have the central location here, because I feel confident that I can get this, and our bombers and GAs can continue to move out from the center here. So, unlike something like the Yak-30 or a Key 162, I can't just feel like I can outmaneuver everything at this tier. I can outmaneuver most things, but I do need to be paying attention to what's going on around me. Like, hey, there's somebody shooting me in the butt. I knew the defense aircraft was there. Didn't think he'd be hitting me so quickly. Had a little jump there. But anyway, we got the airfield just like I wanted, so now I can focus on kind of tearing everybody down. Let's get a few hits into this guy. He's obviously somebody to watch out for, a human GA. I'm in a light fighter though, I'm not going to hang on his butt. Let's go get things that this plane can kill pretty easily. So at this point, I'm just trying to, knock out those targets that let me knock them out. Although this has pretty darn good speed, it still would be just a waste of time to go chasing somebody in a straight line, right? So this guy started turning, so I stuck with him. And unfortunately got my pilot knocked out there. Going against another La-15. There's an La-15 and a Key 162 on the enemy team. Obviously I can stick with an La-15 as long as I don't let him get behind me. And the Key that's over here, it's another one of those situations you don't want it to let it get behind you, because it'll just cause issues. Those 30s can really tear you up. So trying to aim for his fuselage there, trying to knock out his engine, something along those lines. So it looks like we did get his pilot and his engine. You can see how maneuverable a Key is. What's funny about the 162 Mark I is it's not as maneuverable as the Tier 8. But anyway, I digress. We've got the center. We have the mining facility. So my game plan at this point is to just hold the center. There's nothing attacking the mining facility. And even if something does start attacking the mining facility, I'm not overly worried about losing it at this point. We've got the edge, and we want to continue to hold the center and maintain that edge. So I know that GA is going for the mining facility, but you want to put this plane in the middle of the fight. With a lot of the heavies out there, if I was flying something like the Swift, I'd avoid the cluster F that is this hornet's nest over here. But I feel very confident in this plane that I can outmaneuver what I need to outmaneuver, and I can outspeed what I need to outspeed. It's in this area. So I'm coming over here so I can be attacking. I did not mean for that to happen. I remember when that happened in game, I was like, oh, come on, frickin' Postal, give me a break. It was a stupid move on my part. I'm really lucky I survived. He was at full health, I was at half health. I would have done the same thing. I would have rammed me. So I was lucky to survive. At this point, we're just kind of hanging out at the center. They've flipped the mining facility, but we have the important sector that we can get the mining facility back. So I'm not stressing out. We're almost halfway captured, and they're only to about a quarter. I did come over here hoping to get some wrench. No wrench available, so I'm not able to get my hit points back up. Well, no higher than the normal build back there. So at this point, I'm just killing planes, hitting my target button, which is spacebar for me. Hit the spacebar there. Next target, next target, next target. He's on low enough hit points, this GA, and I'm coming from a sufficient angle that I knew I could take him out without. I didn't think I'd take any damage, which I didn't. But even if I took a little bit of damage, it wasn't going to be a whole lot because I was coming from the right angle. So here I'm just, they're coming in a line, so I'm knocking them out in a line. Some planes you want to go for the last plane in that line, but in an La-15, I've got the maneuverability. If the last plane started shooting at me, I could just do a flip down or a flip up and get out of the way. So we've cleared this sector again. They are catching up for sure, considering they've got that mining facility, and I know that a mining facility can win or lose the game. So I'm heading on over here. I see the La-15's got its engine knocked out. That's great. We're both a little bit above our altitude threshold, but with him having his engine knocked out, it was going to be pretty easy pickings. With that kill, we were able to take back the mining facility, so easy squeezy. Let's head on back to the center. Using some of that great boost speed and the energy potential. So we're coming down in on the key 162 again, and there's a big cluster of planes. But again, in this plane, I'm very comfortable in this situation. If there was some more planes that had the same maneuverability, or if there was like a human in an LA-15 or a Yak-30, it'd be a little bit different tact. Just, definitely be more mindful of what direction they're coming from and where they're going. But at this point, I'm just, kill, kill, next. Kill, kill, next. Trying not to... I'm trying to be as effective as possible. So I'm going to recognize in a second here that he's pulling away. And I probably should have stopped shooting for him about 3 seconds earlier than that. But it is what it is. So we're coming back here. We're trying to target planes that aren't really paying attention to me. This plane is so dangerous if you leave it alone. And so even though, I'm just targeting the next closest plane, I am keeping mindful that if the next closest plane is not something I can take out easily enough, then I would move on to the next plane or try to come from the correct angle. Alright, so let's go in here on this. Get him knocked out. A lot of these planes can be pains in the butt if they're paying attention. All these planes can be pains in the butts. So right there was a perfect example. Like, could have gone for that GA. It had a lot of hit points. It would have taken a lot of time, and I knew there's a lot of other planes around here. Saw the next target, which happened to be the key. Definitely a prime target for me. Something that is going to cause all kinds of issues if I leave it alone. And in the meantime, somebody weakened the ground pounder, so by the time I was done with the key, the GA was easy pickings. Got the La-15 coming in here, and I know if I can get rid of him, I'm really not going to have anything that's going to cause me too many issues. Got the Kozadub there, and the game's over at this point if I'm just trying to get some extra hit points knocked out. But there it is. Good game, right? Let's head on back. Well, that's one way to take out your aggression. So we've got 21 frags, 8,800 damaged aerial target, 660 capture points. Yeah, not too bad, I guess we'll say. I was able to get the Crash Dance Part 3, Part 1 again. 3/4 of the way to Specialist. Oh, I also got a supply service crate. We'll take a look at what that was in just a second. 21,000 personal points. Unfortunately, unable to get a first class out of this. A lot of raw. That's pretty funny. But yeah, so excellent playing. I needed to kind of take out my aggression, running into way too many Me-1101 specialized planes out there when it was floating around in my Swift, and yeah, I figured I'd take something that could take them down, and then it didn't, take them down easily. A Swift can take them down, but the Swift isn't really built for dogfighting. It's not built for taking on light fighters. It's built for taking on heavies and less maneuverable multi-rolls and even bombers and GAs. This plane, I think, is one of the most well-rounded fighters in the game, especially at tier 10. It's a different beast than an 1101, but it can, it's more maneuverable, obviously, but it's got pretty comparable speed. Its altitude performance is less, of course, but it's not so much less to where you can't work with it. So I hopped into it, and I feel better now. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't started down the Lavochkin line, you definitely want to start down the Lavochkin line. Well, let's see if I got anything special out of this. Fingers crossed, everybody. Although by the time you're watching this, it's already happened. And so we got a consumable, and we got some materials, and we got 3 days of premium time. I'll take it. Excellent. Cool. So, thank you so much for joining me in my La-15, and I hope you have a great day.